I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public comment? They might all come in at 7. They might not realize we start tomorrow. In your packet that went out, Sharice sent some 2 sets of minutes, and then the closed session minutes will be going around as well. Is there a motion to approve the minutes as presented?
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Joe made a motion, Bruce seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of consent agenda, the 2 items on there, anybody want anything pulled from the consent agenda?
I'll make that motion.
Joe, Marcus made a motion,
I'll second.
Jim seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Any requested changes to the agenda? Hearing none, is there a motion to accept the agenda as presented?
Make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Jim's made a motion, Mark second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Deputy Headland had to go out on a call. He was here just a minute ago.
You do it right now.
Okay.
No.
He's back.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Gotta read it off the phone.
Okay.
It's for December, it was a total of 912 calls, 858 were self-initiated, and 35 traffic stops. We have two burglaries for December. However, I just checked the one, it turned out to be a lost property call. She thought somebody went into the house and took her purse, and when she found the purse, there's no sign of the purse. The other one is the one that I took on Sages Avenue, and based on the information I was given, I'm almost 100% sure it's the ex-boyfriend, so this is not a random break-in. And then the other one we're dealing with right now is technically for January, but it's kind of too early to tell, but that might be somebody they know as well. I don't see anything showing that it's random.
I got an email. I reached out to Lieutenant May yesterday just to get his feelings on things that were happening in the town, because I knew we were meeting tonight. And he sent this email this afternoon, just actually a little while ago. He says, I hope everyone's having a great start to the new year and enjoying a restful and relaxing Christmas season. I've reviewed the recent social media post in Lake Park Facebook forum referencing alleged residential break-ins within the village. I would like to provide additional context regarding these incidents in an effort to address concerns and help alleviate any unnecessary alarm among Lake Park residents. Within the past 30 days, there have been 2 reported residential breaking and entering incidents in the village of Lake Park, one on Sages Avenue and one on Hoover Avenue. Regarding the Sages Avenue incident, the reporting party indicated that they believe the responsible individual was a former resident of the home who is known to the current occupants through a prior dating relationship. It was reported that this individual entered the residence without authorization through an unlocked door. All investigative leads pursued thus far are consistent with this explanation. This incident was reported near the end of December. The second reported incident, which occurred over this past weekend on Hoover Avenue, remains in the very early stages of investigation and has not yet been confirmed as a breaking and entering. Several aspects of the report may be attributable to the heavy winds experienced in the area over the weekend, including a grill being knocked over and a set of unlocked French doors being found open. UCSO detectives will continue to investigate all available information to determine the validity of this report, and appropriate law enforcement action will be taken if warranted. Based on all information known at this time, there is no indication that either incident was random or related to any broader pattern of criminal activity. It's important for me to add that the village of Lake Park is not experiencing an increase in any kind of criminal activity. While the purpose of this email is to provide transparency and help ease concerns generated by recent social media activity, we continue to encourage residents to remain proactive and aware of their surroundings. This includes consistently locking their vehicle and home doors, removing all valuables, including keys from their vehicles when they exit. The safety of our community is a shared responsibility between residents, deputies, town staff. We are most effective when residents report concerns promptly by calling 911 or the UC SO9 emergency number 283-3789. While social media can be a helpful communication tool, it can also contribute to misinformation or unnecessary alarm when concerns are posted there without first notifying law enforcement. My advice to residents, town staff, and council members alike is simple. If an incident is suspicious activity is significant enough to be posted on Facebook, it should be reported to law enforcement first. Deputy Headland, Tatro, and I take great pride in the strong relationship we've built with the residents of the village of Lake Park. This relationship has proven to be effective in maintaining the exceptionally low crime rate this community enjoys. I'm confident that by continuing to work together, we can keep this area of Union County a safe and desirable place to live, work, and raise our families. My phone is always open or always on, and I'm happy to speak with anyone directly who would like to talk about this or any additional concerns. Respectfully, James May, Lieutenant over the Patrol Division. So I'll forward that out just so everybody's got it. But the long story short, if you didn't see it over the weekend, is there was a post on Facebook that said something to the effect that I came home, found someone in my house, they ran out the back door and knocked my grill over. So it led me to think they came home and saw somebody in their house, but I don't think that's not the case, right? They came home and found some things.
Yeah, the report says they didn't see anybody, so I don't know.
Yeah.
How that.
And it did.
Somewhere where something said they were trying to steal a TV.
I don't think I saw that in the report.
There's something about a TV.
Yeah, something was trying to steal a TV is what was supposed to.
I don't know if they took it or tried to steal it. Yeah, I don't know.
Moral of the story is it Lieutenant May and Deputy Headland, I think, can back up that there was a lot of comments on there about, oh my gosh, the safety of our village is going away, and, promoting Second Amendment rights and what to do with that. And that's all fine and dandy, but, if there's something going on, notify law enforcement, let them investigate it, but we don't have any reason to think we're under siege.
I don't think so.
All right. Any questions?
I forgot about the Thistle Alley. I'll keep an eye on that, because I think that's a legit concern out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I think.
Thistle Alley was somebody walking up down the alley, looked like they're taking pictures in the middle of the night, caught on a couple cameras. So watch that too. Long story short, as safe as we have been, they'll work to keep us that way. Any other questions? Ron, anything else? Yeah,
That's it.
thank you.
Okay.
Henry Bridge 2025 stats, and I dropped off last month for some reason off this slide. 2,505 total calls, 139 events, 104 smoke alarm batteries changed, 70 smoke alarms installed, 2 carbon monoxide alarms installed, and 51 car seats checked over last year.
I got a question, just out of curiosity, and it probably isn't this way, but do they break it down by cities or towns, or just the general area? Whatever they're responsible for.
That's their response area.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because we share the zip code with Indian Trail, it makes it harder for the CAD to break it out.
But yeah.
Finance officer report, sure.
Okay, you have the December balance sheet and budget report and detailed information. We received the second half of our PAL bill money. And so for the year compared to budget, we're at 99% because it did come in slightly under what we budgeted. Ad valorem prior years, we received 4,181% of what we budgeted because we only budgeted $100, but we had a couple of discoveries. I think one was Lucas property and one was another business where there was some substantial, well, 4,000 of back taxes. So that's a nice little bump there. Most of the state shared revenue at this point should be at about 25%, and we're most of them are around that. Video programming, which is not a big dollar item, and piped gas, which varies seasonally, are a little lower than 25%. As far as expenditures, We have spent, about 90% of our stormwater budget. Legal services through December, we were only at 32%, but we did get a bill from Ken that we paid in January that went through December, and now we will be a little bit under budget. So, maybe we can see what we think we need to do to add probably a little bit to that budget. Seasonal decorations, we pay the $35,791, so we're at 90% of budget there, but nothing, out of the ordinary, and I need to pay another quarter for the law enforcement. So this is the first month we're out of the red, we're in the black by 88,000. We've gotten in quite a bit of the property tax.
Any questions for Cheryl on the finance? All right, the 2025 pool report is before you as well.
The report is here, and, I realized apparently it was maybe set up for a legal page because it cut off some of the headings on the left. But the first couple columns are the revenues, the seasonal pass revenues and the daily fees, which came to a total of 97,000. Then the expenditures, I can't remember what each line, one is like electricity and water and things, but the total expenditure is 108,000. So we were, cash out of 11,151 plus depreciation of 3,025. So it cost a net of $14,176. The actual report had all those headings on it.
I'll try to resend it to you
It
guys.
happened, yeah.
So we basically had to take $11,000 out of our general fund to fund the pool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Any questions on the pool report? Anything stand out, Cheryl?
Yeah, I did ask Sheree about, the daily fees, and she said that now that we didn't have any of those camps coming for the dailies, so, they're down a little bit from prior years.
All right. And then, didn't make the slideshow, but I did amend that agenda that came out today. Cheryl needed to also, she got item C to amend the audit contract with Kansas.
Yeah, the auditor sent an email early this morning. She had the flu in December, so she was not able to get the audit submitted. So she asked, since it wasn't done by the end of December, you have to have an amended contract. So this amendment goes into, January 31st, and she should be sending me what she's ready to submit for the audit this week, and then I can review it, and then she submits it to the state, and then they approve it. So we do need this amendment to the audit. Apparently all her governments were later. In fact, I talked to Wesley Chapel, and theirs isn't gonna get done until February. So.
And all we're really amending is the date, right, on the,
Yeah,
Contract.
the contract, yeah. Mhm.
is there a motion to amend the contract date?
I'll make the motion.
Joe's made a motion, Jim seconded, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Motion carries. Anything else, Cheryl?
I don't think I have anything else.
Thank you.
Mhm.
3, stormwater.
As of this afternoon, we do not have any additional information from Union County concerning engineering or work on, at Connie's Pond from the water main leak. I'll be reaching back out to them, but last time it took them about a month before we heard back, so I'm figuring with the holiday, I was gonna be given a little more time.
Are you aware of the Lake Charles Way repairs today? There was,
I knew I had reported a leak on Lake Charles and they were supposed to come back.
there's play-by-plays on Facebook today from when we started.
Yeah,
digging
that
to-
particular leak that you reported about, I had also reported it to the water company. And they basically told me that they're waiting for the different utility companies to mark their lines.
Yeah, they do 811 on
Yeah, and I called back a couple weeks later and it was still the same answer. We're waiting for them to mark their lines and of course Ripple Fiber today did something or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it is that same leak.
What do you mean Ripple Fiber did something?
They, when they were digging today, they cut the Ripple line, I guess a main line.
Union County Water cut it. Okay, sorry. I was like.
Oh, that's right.
You might,
okay.
the last post showed a bunch of mud in the street and it just looked terrible. You might just ride over there tomorrow and look at it.
Okay, I'll go look.
Yeah, when they fixed the Eisenhower one, which was a mess after they got it done, within 24, 48 hours, they had it all nicely cleaned up. So I just said, give them a day or two. Yeah.
Was there a phone call made about that?
Let's just say NCDOT does not own our roads. And then, let's see, then on the Ripple Fiber, just to let you all know, Ripple Fiber utilized Eagle Engineering and KC Site Concepts to address the stormwater pipe repair on Cortlandt Street that was discovered during the stormwater mapping that I brought to y'all's attention a couple months back. The work was completed finally last week. Ripple seemed to be confused on who should pay for the repairs, but they got it straight and the contractors will be reimbursed and the repair has been made.
And they were
So,
confused about whether their subcontractor should pay or whether they should be liable at all or.
they were just,
There was just a lot of back and forth.
it just seemed to take them a while to figure out that the Village of Lake Park was not paying for their issue,
So they did accept liability then?
yes, they did finally.
Which includes going back and recammering it. They're gonna.
Yes, they have to pay to provide us new imagery
Clear.
of it, but the collars, we have pictures of the collar being poured and our pipe being taken care of. We just now need to see the inside, and that was in the contract that they signed with Eagle, so and then our maps will be updated.
Yeah, being that stuff on Lake Charles was on my page, so to speak, I should have just shot you over a copy of what was posted. Because it's part of your duties type thing.
Yes, sir.
But it was like they already had everything done. I didn't contact anybody. It was just a question of them finishing out.
Yeah, it just helps me.
Yeah, that's
To be
what I
able
say. I'm
to-
sorry. I
to
should have
follow.
shot
That's
it over
okay.
regardless of what stage it was in.
Unfortunately, sometimes the utility companies do not tend to, if we don't know about a repair that's being made, they may not be making the repair quite up to our standards.
Right. Gotcha.
So, thank you.
Yeah, and they don't let us know when they're coming in here.
No.
They just come and do it. You'd think they would make a phone call. It's one office number here, but they don't. All right, anything else with stormwater here?
No, sir. Unless y'all have a stormwater question.
Park and Recreation, just an update on the Christmas decorations. We had a lot of positive feedback from the decorations. I know we spent a good piece of money adding those this year and getting them put in. But there was a lot of comments about how well the square looked out here and whatnot. So hopefully we continue with that. Update on the garage storage, so that's been installed, as you can see there. So now we've got stairs that go up and half of that upstairs is floor. I think it was $930. It was a no-brainer to get that done. Henry's may have already put stuff up there. I don't know. He had me buying a bunch of bins because our light bins were in terrible shape. And then update on the Lake Charles Pier. He ordered the shingles. That green is a little special order. So he thought he would start this week. They're supposed to be here this week and he'll do the pier roof next week. So that should be coming up. Our next meeting is in 2 weeks on the 26th, and we'll just be talking about ongoing projects. The pool team did reach out this morning and asked about, they're starting their season on paper and asked about the pool access fee. Did we think that would continue? And I replied, I just told her that we meet on the 26th, but I didn't know of any reason. I've heard positive comments from council that I didn't know of any reason it wouldn't continue, but we would have to officially set the rates and do all that, in the next month or two. So just be thinking about that. We'll come back to you at the next meeting probably.
I don't think we saw any loss because of that.
Yeah.
Plan board, sure.
Planning board did not meet in December, and we are not going to meet next week. So the next meeting of the planning board will be on Tuesday, February the 17th at 7 o'clock.
Waste collection, sure, anything?
Yes. Waste collection, everything is going great. The only issue we've had with waste collection is in the garden district and in the townhomes, because they typically don't drive the yard waste trucks through that area, because due to the contracts that are in those areas, people don't have yard debris. They've not been picking up the Christmas trees. So they were out here on Friday picking up the trees that have been brought to our attention, and they're working on a way to improve their communication skills with each other.
All right. Streets and sidewalk, Bruce, anything? I think standing up.
Nothing really wild and crazy. When I looked at something that Sarah had sent me, I couldn't find any issues, over by Mother Teresa and Mimosa. Some woman said she's tripping on a crack on the sidewalk.
Yeah, she took a nasty fall. She originally reported the wrong intersection. And I sent you an email
Which I checked.
Friday on that and didn't see it either.
Oh,
Um,
in fact, I was gonna try to get back today and talk with Sarah, see if she knew any more, but I just had a crazy day.
okay.
As I said, I walked the whole area, both sides. I didn't see a doggone thing.
I think either Sarah or I won, or on her, I think on the original email that Sarah sent, she's got her telephone number. You may want to reach out. I think it's on that first email that Sarah sent. Because she did reach back out to let us know that she gave us the wrong intersection originally.
Thank you, Bruce. Lighting and electrical, Jim?
Well, Sheree and I had a meeting with Brad with Union Power. We discussed a lot. He's checking out now, but supposedly by today, he had a meeting with his superiors today, and he was going around checking. He said he was gonna put a hand on all the decorative lights to check them and see what's going on and see what they can do to help us fix that, along with fix the issue with some of the other poles that have already fallen. They do have some of our old poles that still have the sockets on them, the receptacles, which is an important thing, that hopefully they're gonna be able to reinstall the one next to where the Mexican restaurant is, the one that fell in December. So, we should have some numbers soon from them. They're, like I said, their meeting was today, so we didn't get anything back from them yet, but we should have some meeting. He expressed, a lot of willingness of being able to work with us on trying to get this taken care of, and them taking care of part of the bill, so we're hoping for that. He also told us about some different lights that they've been installing to replace some of the ones that some of the people have complained about that have been too bright. And I have noticed the complaints of that dropped a lot. I haven't heard anybody specifically say, but you know how that is. Nobody's come on and say, hey, it's great now. Only people complain about when they're too bright. So I haven't heard anything from anybody. They're going more with lights that are more directional, so they shine down more than they spread out, so that they don't hit the houses as bad or the road. And that's about it. We haven't, hopefully next month I'll have an update from them, what they're gonna do for us on the new lights.
Orders review?
We will be meeting next week on Monday, a week from today. Like I've been saying for the last few months, our next thing is to research the animal control ordinance to see if it's appropriate to add something about tethering in.
All right.
Technology, well, electronic payment systems, we've cut all ties with our current,
No, two of the three.
two of the three that we were using for the pool passes. We still have the web one. But the ones we're using for the pool pass and for coming in here to pay, we've cut ties with them right now. We're working on looking into some systems. I know Sarah was doing some looking to see, what we can find. We want to make sure we have something that has an actual terminal, not just using people's cell phones to process transactions. So we'll have more information on that hopefully soon. Contract, we have a contract here for the approval for the website renewal.
Jeremy, I gave you,
Yes.
oh, I'm sorry. I thought
You
you,
don't have to be right there.
yes, sir.
This is in the budget, true?
Yes, sir. Should be. Because we had it was a 3-year contract, so it should be in the budget.
So we've got a new bill from the internet's, what do we call them, not really the carrier, provider,
Provide.
website provider, for our next contract, which is $1,802. We already have that in the budget, so I'd like to make a motion to approve the current contract with the current vendor for our website for $1,802.
That's for 2 years.
No,
No,
sir.
No, that's per year.
This is the last year of the 3.
Oh, okay.
years.
It's a 3-year contract and it goes up. This is the last year of that, so I'm just gonna continue on that.
I'll second that.
Joe made a motion, Jim second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
So we've got that taken care of. Now, next, the discussion on the website update. If you remember me talking about this last year, maybe even the year before, we have to 2027 to get our website ADA compliant. So I'm gonna work on start looking into that to have that ready for next year's budget. 2027 seemed like it was a real far time away, but it's coming on us quick, so we're going to go ahead and just get the figures to put that in next year's budget. I don't know what that's gonna be, what it's gonna entail yet, but I'll have some more information on that soon too.
One of the things that Sheree had mentioned when she's talked to that website company is that our e-blast system is antiquated, so to say. So there's a lot of new things in how, you can e-blast a certain part of the area or certain people, depending on how you set up groups or whatever.
Well, people can sign up for different types of updates.
Yeah, a classic example is like at Union County's, if you went to Union County's website, you can sign up for
Yeah.
press releases on water, press releases on taxes, their Horizon newsletter, that type of thing. And they're just one, because I use Union County's website all the time. That's one that I'm very familiar with, but I have also been to several examples of Catalyst websites that,
And how much
Offer
does
that.
something like that cost?
I can't give you, any numbers at this time.
There's all different fees for different
Yeah.
packages that they have. I should have added that into my update, thank you, I forgot about that part. But that's something else that I will be looking into to give us options for when we're gonna budget for next year, to see if we wanna do that as well. I'll have that all.
For example, someone here in Lake Park may be interested in, receiving the newsletter, but they don't want to get,
Anything else?
anything else from the village. Or they may be interested in, let's say we did one on
Events.
events, yeah, and so they may only want events and not the newsletter. So, it would depend on, but we would have the ability to, you can sign up for this one, and so you would click on an icon and it would let you sign up for event e-blast.
Gotcha.
So different ones. So it would give us more. Currently, when you sign up for e-notify, you get anything that I send, although it's not,
It's not that much.
it's not crazy, but someone may not want all that information.
But the other thing with it too is the newer system, we have a lot more flexibility with it. We just don't have it. We can't schedule posts. Is that what it is?
Correct.
Like the newer systems are set up where we can put in there on Friday to automatically set something up. And we can't do that. We can only do a live where we just do it right there and set it up. So we were looking, that's how we stumbled upon this, was looking into trying to see if that was available to do. It's sure, but you gotta change your package to this, this, and this, so. So there's a lot of other features that are usable that will be helpful for us. We'll just have to see if it's worth it or not.
Yeah, and it's not worth us accepting that little piece, knowing that we've got to be ADA compliant. We need to, it will be more efficient and less costly to,
And less
Tight.
weeks.
to tie it all together at one time. So. All right.
And one more question on the last thing. On these new websites, what's the guideline that it has to fulfill to?
There's all
ADA.
different types of ADA requirements. and how it's being
Yeah,
used.
Do we have any out there that we know of that are compliant, that we could just see to find out?
I think
what
I had
it
an email
looks
a couple
like?
months ago on that, where you
You
had some
you
examples
do,
on
he
it.
has all kinds of samples and I've been to them and looked. And I guess visually, I'm not,
You really can't tell the difference.
Same way on that.
It's in Braille.
well, there must be, I don't know if, for someone who is visually challenged, the colors pop more or something,
It
but
makes print bigger.
I didn't really see.
Yeah, okay.
I know a little bit, not much on the fine, you know, you're gonna have a minimum font size. It also includes, you can't use certain blue and green because people can't see those colors. So it's just things like that to make it all ADA,
Gotcha.
so,
And to make it more expensive.
yes.
Of course.
Somebody saw an opportunity.
Mhm.
All right, anything else on that?
Yep, I think that's it.
Special projects, personnel and policy committee, Jim, anything on that?
We set up meetings, scheduled meetings for every other month to start with. If we need to go to a more schedule, we'll just let you know, and we'll go over there monthly for a while. And we're set up for our first meeting, next week, next Wednesday.
All right.
At 7. No, excuse me, at 6:30.
Jim, do you want the ability to use the meeting now?
All the others are being, I'm assuming yes, because all the others are being.
Well, the reason why I ask is I have the computer for it.
Okay.
But we could put, you just need to put the Zoom, software on your computer to do it. And it helps me out a lot. I don't know,
Yeah.
not too many people actually watch the meetings, but it helps me out a lot going back and doing the minutes, since we don't have somebody recording the
Sure.
minutes then, so.
Yeah.
Get with me, we'll see if we can figure that out.
Will do. Thank you.
All right, Sheree, notification of possible business district conceptual plan.
So the town center owners have submitted a potential concept plan to develop the remaining parcels between the event center and Miss Dee Dee's. The zoning for the area is VC, which is Village Commercial District. The Village Commercial District is intended to accommodate small-scale commercial uses, including retail, office, and service uses in the village center. And that zoning was established when the village was conceived, for lack of a better word. So, that's it.
All right. And landings at Lake Park, any updates? No.
The landings at Lake Park officially received sewer capacity from Union County last week. So they can tie in, and they will be doing so. Across the street is a tie-in across the street in a yard on Indian Trail, Unionville Road, where they'll be tying in.
I bet they're glad they got that since they started working.
Well, they've been working for months, but now it's finally, it's finally there. And then the last one here is Kinetics. Kinetics has not responded to emails or phone calls since November from me concerning the encroachment agreement. I'm not pushing it. My last email to them said, let us know if we can be of service, and I've left it at that. Because we certainly, we don't care.
Yeah.
And I don't mean it that way. We do care, but,
I have a feeling they're realizing they missed the boat.
well, maybe, or I don't know if they've had a staff change or anything, but it's just real interesting that the two people that were
Really
very active, I've not heard boo from, so.
If they do abandon everything, what do we do about what they've already done with, some of those vaults that are, or whatever they call their areas?
I'm gonna give them about 3 months, and then I thought I'd reach out again with some questions.
Because they said they were gonna be able to bury those where they were
Right.
seen, and
Right.
they
So-
are seen.
Yeah, so we'll those corner ones, so yeah. I just didn't want y'all to think that I wasn't following up, we just haven't heard anything, so I don't know if they have found if they've identified an area that's very hot and they figure has less control over the encroachment, and therefore they're going blockbusters moving forward where they can get numbers as opposed to it's gonna be a slower process here. They just need to do whatever, they just need to know that I am on vacation in June. And this year, don't mess with my vacation like they did last year.
Your information, Wayne? Okay.
Don't really have anything other than the, I will be going to the HOA meeting on Thursday this week, but I have anything else with that.
Thank you. All right, then newsletter information from Mark.
What do you got? If I was gonna tell you, we wouldn't have to do this.
Have, Sheree, has anybody called in to get added to the mailing list?
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to continue to put in the newsletter about calling in to be added to
Yeah, the
the
March stuff, yeah.
So,
distribution list.
collection of Christmas trees ends, it's the first collection day in February, I think. The first
They'll
Thursday in
continue
February.
until they get the Christmas trees. But if you've got a live Christmas tree still in your home February 1st, you got a fire hazard.
Yes. I just wanted to-
Yeah. No.
If you can put in the newsletter, I had one woman that got no response from the HOA, and she got on my case about taillight debris next to the park on Crush Circle.
Doing what next to the park?
There was taillight debris, busted taillight. I went down, but she says nobody's helping her, and it's dangerous, kids can get hurt. Well, anyhow, it was on private property. It was right there on the corner by the driveway. I don't know whose taillight it was, but anyhow, I took care of it, I swept it up, I picked it up, put it over here and threw it in the garbage can. And I sent her back that it's taken care of. She says, well, who do I contact? I said, it's obviously the homeowner's responsibility. This homeowner that lives there, they had to see this, was sitting there, one piece of taillight was bigger than the nameplate sitting on the table there. But they just didn't bother with it, and it was next to the kids' park. And maybe we can put in there to, hey folks, you see debris on the edge of your property that could be dangerous to children, pick it up. It's not rocket science, you know?
We also had, Jeremy was kind enough to pick up a bench that was destroyed last week that was left in the playground. So, and we appreciate that.
And we've got graffiti. You see my email about graffiti?
Yes,
We've got some graffiti on the head wall over at Sage's Pond. I don't know if anybody has seen it. I don't know. I don't even know if you can, what do you put in the newsletter about like the thing, the swing getting broke or?
yeah. If you see something in our public parks, if you see something in public parks or at the playgrounds that needs to be brought to our attention, please contact the office. And then that way we can address whoever it is that needs to be addressed, whether it's trash or debris or whatever. Let's keep our parks, clean and safe safe and clean, I guess is the better way. And I'll take care of that
You've got
situation.
somebody that's gonna clean that up.
I'm gonna reach out, and yes, we'll get that cleaned up. It's been
Graffiti
a-
breeds
The
graffiti.
bad thing is down in the pond, it's gonna be,
Basically, you gotta
easy to
stand
be in a
on
boat
your
or get-
head
yeah.
or, you're gonna have to do it from a canoe, but yeah.
Yeah, January, February, March are pretty slow months in the newsletter. Anything about sidewalks and streets, throw the usual in there?
Yeah, put that in there. I haven't really had much come across to me.
Yeah.
So far.
And please,
The fish and all that.
remind people, fish. We sold a new golf cart permit today. When I say new, someone that's
Yeah,
has not
that
had one
January.
before.
Oh, we
Get
get
number
number
two.
No, they did not get number 2. Everyone gets the same number they've had. You're bad. But continue, please put in golf cart, reminding people about the golf carts. There was an interesting, if you come down to needing some information, Union County put out an interesting form about if you've enhanced your property, making sure that you did a tax listing, which I thought was interesting. I didn't know if you saw that. I know you get from Union County the e-blast, and it was on toward the end of last week on tax and the new listing form. So
So they want you to upgrade your property so they can raise taxes? Is that what
if
you're
you
getting?
did upgrade your property,
Yeah,
then yes, you need to be reporting that because the penalty is steeper than what your tax increase would be.
Yeah.
So, but that's an interesting little article because it talks about business property, personal property, and then your real estate.
Mhm.
Which I've just not thought of having to do a real estate listing form if you changed it, because I thought, well, if you had to have it permitted, but apparently there's a lot of things that don't need permits, which is true. If you put a shed on
Yeah,
your
it's less than
property that's under
700,000, so.
12 by 12, it doesn't need a Union County building permit. It doesn't need a state permit. So I guess that's what they're,
Right, okay.
If you think of anything else, shoot it over to Mark. I just said, if you think of anything else, send you an email.
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
You got a guilty look over there. Did you make some improvements?
So I'm not, but I'm just like, so if you paint your shutters, you just.
no.
You
Yeah,
know,
it actually said
I
maintenance.
trim my crepe myrtles.
But it was a little bit of ambiguity in one of the line items I
Yeah.
read.
It was interesting.
Whether you should or should.
I'm wondering, I'm sitting here wondering about fences. You know, I know Mecklenburg County includes fences in their assessments.
I don't know. I thought it was an interesting article. I don't live in Union County, so I didn't pursue it. And now that Union County takes care of the village's tax collection, other than me checking numbers and things, I'm not directly tied in, but for residents, that could be potentially something interesting if you are needing something.
All right, council comments, Bruce?
Everything's nice and peaceful for January. Kind of a quick meeting, I just wonder if it's gonna continue that way, or are we gonna be rolling out the long carpet and walking on down? That's all I got.
Wayne, anything?
I don't really have anything other than happy new year to y'all.
Joe?
No, I'm good. Happy New Year.
Mark?
I'm good. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
No, is town open on Monday?
No, sir.
They're closed.
It's MLK Day. Banks are closed.
Is that Monday?
Yes.
It's Monday, yes.
President's Day, isn't
Martin Luther King
it?
Day.
Martin
President.
Luther King, yeah, that's right, that's right.
I thought it was President's, but I don't know.
Now, President's is February.
Oh.
I get that one too.
Anything? Sure.
The other thing I did have, a piece of paper here, I made the budget amendment for the bonuses that council had approved in December.
That worked into the numbers that we approved.
Yeah, there was, I think it was $48 were left or 50.
Okay. All right, I appreciate everybody's work. Like Bruce said, it's kind of been quiet. We're not gonna wood. We gotta cut down on legal bills. So we gotta pull things in.
On the higher end this time.
But we appreciate it. Happy New Year, and we'll see everybody in February.
Sounds like a plan.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
One second.
Mark made a motion, Bruce second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.